Bolinjkar joins us now, head of research with Ventura Securities. Let's understand from him that the fact that the Adani Group has repaid a lot of debt, what it means. Vinit, can you break last evening's news for us, that what it means for Adani Group of companies?
Actually, it's nothing new. They've already done that before, much before. And it's just a new press release. Basically, what it signifies to the market is that, the group is financially very sound. It's not unduly leveraged. And it's got its finances in control despite the fact that, they have a very, very strong, ambitious plans for growth, for which requires a lot of capital. And another very important thing is that their cash flows are very strong. So despite everything that happens that happened post Hindenburg, the company has been able to keep itself afloat and is managing its capital very in a disciplined manner. So we believe that will send very strong signals to the market today, and we could expect some further action to happen in the stock.
Already seen a nice recovery play out in the entire Adani group of names, but you think this move is going to sort of further, be looked at as an event to win back investor trust, like you said, clearly, which was shaken up after the Hindenburg episode back in February?
Yes, see, the group was suffering from a lot of questions around its opacity, because the market couldn't fathom the sharp rise that took place in the Adani stocks and the way he was, acquiring companies one after the other. And people were questioning from where the money was coming from and wasn't he getting over-leveraged. But the fact that, just in a short span of 3 to 6 months, if he's able to, consolidate his finances, prepay debt. And mind you, the debt prepayment comes in very attractive terms because a lot of the Adani debt which was listed overseas, that paper was in substantial discount. So all the payments which are coming up for payment would have been very quickly cleared. And we should also not forget one more thing, that there's a lot of Adani debt which is coming up for refinance in 24 and 25. So that is also creating a little bit of a positive momentum for the stock going ahead.
Now, the fact that the Adani Group yesterday in a press release, they've really indicated that how the leverage and how the debt repayment has moved. My next point is that when is the next big repayment due, and should markets be worried about it?
See, as I said that in FY24 and 25, there will be repayments coming up, especially in the case of Adani Green, where there's a lot of paper which is maturing. So investors should not be very unduly worried about that, because that will be a kind of a regular event happening, because old debt which was short-term in nature will now be replaced with long-term paper. And we believe that this refinancing activity would not be much of a problem for the company, because they have got they've got 200 plus international investors who have invested in the debt, and over the last 6 months, extreme scrutiny has gone into the operations of the company. And the fact that nothing much has come out of it indicates that it's a very, very strong enterprise. And in my opinion, refinancing of the debt would not be a problem.
Question is that I remember reading, I think, on a forum that the Adani Group has decided to indefinitely delay their green hydrogen plan. Now, that was the big assumption for Adani Enterprises for a big, business trigger, that they will venture into the green hydrogen space, and that in a sense would be the fillip for FY26 onwards. What changes in terms of the growth assumptions because of this change?
So since the clean sheet that they've got from the committee that was set up, I believe that their hydrogen plans are back on track, except for the fact that they could get delayed by 1 year. So nothing really changes in terms of the aspirations and the growth trajectory of the hydrogen vertical. But what really happens is that, in my opinion, Adani will not get any more investments from Total, which was about $5 to $6 billion, which was going to come in as equity capital. But what now will transpire is that Adani Enterprises, through its own internal accruals, will be funding that part of the business. So to that extent, there would be a little bit pressure on their funding plans, right? But they have already said that they are going to go slow on other investment opportunities which are of lesser, visibility. So they are consolidating finance in that manner. And this $5 to $6 extra billion which they will require, they would be need to raise it over the next 5 to 7 years. So there is no immediate threat to the green hydrogen vertical plans.
All right, Vinith, really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.